Hey guys, this is Scarab again with another video. I hope you are doing fine and everything is fine in your lives. Summer has ended, autumn is coming, and I'm back with another video from my collection. This time this video will be rather personal, because this is a video of a match where I play versus my opponent, who is called the Dragon Emperor. He's Sergeant, and in this ranked 1v1 match I will secure my Corporal rank, I will win, and I will finally reach my dream of getting corporal rank on the ranked ladder. Let's start the game. We will be playing on Paddy Field. It is a very well balanced map, in my opinion. I will probably take the game from my point of view. On the right flank, Charlie, Bravo, Alpha zones. These zones favor close quarter combat, and on the left flank, Foxtrot, Golf, and Hotel zones, which favor open field combat, right? Tanks, ATGMs, helicopters, planes, and so forth. So I will be playing North American deck, NORAD, and my opponent will be playing Entente, I believe, which is partially Yugoslavian and partially Czechoslovak deck. Well, combination of Yugoslavian and a Czechoslovak deck. And we will see standard openers, no cheesy plays. And yeah, the game will be very interesting. And I will lose a lot of units. I will be feeding left and right, but the point of this video is to show you that that even retarded monkey like me can actually reach corporal rank in Wargame. The point of this video is to show you that something like that is even if it is possible for me, it is possible for you as well. Well, you should have at least several hundreds of hours under your belt. I mean, in Wargame. A Wargame is rather difficult strategy to learn. It has a very steep learning curve. I know that. But I keep telling people, if you really want to learn this game as quickly as possible, go and play 10 versus 10 players tactical games, multiplayer games against real people, live people. Do not play campaigns against artificial intelligence. Avoid those games. Sure, the campaigns are interesting, but they are very difficult for a newcomer anyway, so I do not recommend them in order to learn how to play this game. I always recommend go and play, create some deck, some stupid deck, it doesn't matter. Go and play 10 versus 10 tactical games. You will receive a handful of points, you will buy a couple of units, but you will learn how to play those units properly, okay? And you will play 20 of those games or 30 of those games, and you will learn a lot. Of course, the next level are ranked games. They are university of this game, and there you will learn a lot. They are very different from campaigns. They are very different from 10 versus 10 multiplayer. Okay, so what we are seeing, first mistake, buying Patriot and not turning off the radar. My enemy, my opponent, he preemptively bought this anti-radar plane. It is the worst plane, the worst seat plane in the game. SEED stands for suppression of enemy air defenses, and this worst anti-radar plane deleted my Patriot. Very big mistake on my part right off the bat. But yeah, it is tactical mistake. It is not strategic mistake. Nothing is lost yet. We can still win. So I am pushing into this area in particular. Why? Because well, I'm pushing also on the left flank. I'm also partially pushing on the right flank. Yes. But primarily I am always trying to push into this area here, between Golf and Bravo zone. Why? Because in my opinion this area is a center of gravity on Pettyfield. This map is called Pettyfield, and in my opinion if you want to play strategically well in Wargame, in ranked games, you should always send at least 40% of your units into what I call center of gravity of the given map. Okay, and in my opinion, center of gravity on this map is somewhere around here. And if you want to win, you should control the center of gravity. Why? From your perspective, this area probably does not look very important. But we are talking about logistics, we are talking about rotations, and if you want to rotate your units on any map properly and quickly, you have to control the center of gravity on every map. That's I think that's what I learned by myself, by playing ranked games and countless multiplayer games. And usually when my team loses, or if I lose, it is very often because I ignore the center of gravity of the given map, and I cannot rotate properly. Over time I simply lose my positions and I lose the game, of course. Okay, it seems like we are doing quite well on the left flank. We are not doing so well on the right flank. My support transportation vehicles have been destroyed by enemy helicopter, which is not here anymore. And I am pushing this forest in Bravo. I am pushing. I'm trying to defend this road, and in future, in very soon future, I will be trying to take control of this forest here in Golf, in particular. Why? Because this forest and this forest they will provide me with access into Golf zone, and I will need to control Golf zone at least partially in order to win the game and secure the income advantage. One of the first things I did after the opener, not before or during. One of the first units I bought was the second CV, or second command vehicle. It is pretty big deal on this map because Pettyfield is special because of these +2 income zones like Charlie or Hotel. They provide a pretty big income advantage, so you should send command vehicle into these zones as soon as possible. But again, I always recommend not to send command vehicles into these zones right off the bat. I never recommend that second CV or 2 CVs should be part of your opener. Always buy the second CV as one of the first units after the start of the game, but never buy them as part of your opener. Okay, it seems like things are not evolving so well for me. Yes, I have some control over Bravo. For some reason my opponent he's totally ignoring Bravo, which is something he shouldn't be doing. right? I mean, both Bravo and Golf are crucial zones. You have to have, if you want to have at least any chance, to win the game, you must have at least partial presence, both in Bravo and Golf. You have to control both Bravo and Golf at least partially, so you can move command vehicle there into them. Okay. So nothing is really nothing is really happening. Dragon Emperor is harassing me with his overpowered recon M84 tank. This is one of the most annoying tanks in the game. These tanks are very powerful. They have really good stealth. And they are the best recon tanks in the game, and it is always difficult to kill them, mainly because of the stealth capabilities they have. Okay, so I keep pushing this zone, this Bravo and Alpha zone. Alpha zones, because I'm afraid of him. Okay, I feel like my infantry has upper hand over his infantry, and I'm trying to send US Marines, riflemen, or Delta Force. And Delta Force is pretty expensive, but they are good for pushing. Okay, they are good for if you want to kill some lonely regiments, or I don't know, some lonely infantry units. Elite Delta Force is good for business like that. Okay, but he keeps pushing into this forest. He's afraid of losing it. It will be very difficult for me to secure this little triangle forest. Yes, he will keep sending reinforcements into it, and it will be difficult for me to secure it. My micromanagement is also terrible. These riflemen are doing nothing. Only these are fighting, so only now those riflemen are on the move. Pretty big mistake. You should always see to it that all your infantry units are fighting together, okay, at the same time. It will give them tremendous advantage. Okay. So as you can see, I have lost my Patriot. It was my only Patriot. It was my only anti-air or anti-airplane unit. It was elite or almost elite, and yeah, I will have pretty big time controlling skies. That is big strategic mistake of mine. But again, I think it is more important to control ground than air, and I think I will not fail at that. I mean, big time. Okay, so as you can see, Mi-17s really strong against infantry. They have 4 explosive damage, pretty big accuracy. They kill units very fast. You should always kill them with anti-helicopter AA units as soon as possible. My mistake was not seeing them, not having proper reconnaissance in Alpha, and of course losing a lot of units due to these helicopters. They are support helicopters, but they are very strong. They have 8 hit points. They are armored, pretty strong weapon. They used to cost 30 points, now they cost 35 because of how strong they are. Okay. So as you can see, I have slight income advantage. but again it is just 26, 27 points. That is not enough. I mean, it is enough to secure victory. 20, 20, 20 or 26, 25 points is enough to secure victory in ranked games now. It used to be more. I think you used to have, you had to have more points. I think the difference was, I think, 50 points in the past. I may be wrong. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Write down something in the comment section. I'm curious myself, but I think the difference required to achieve victory in ranked games was bigger. Today it is only about I don't know, 20 points, 15 points or something like that. It is really not that big, and so you have to be careful. Okay, he keeps spamming planes, Yugoslavian sabers. I'm trying to shoot it down, sometimes successfully, but most of the time not successfully, and he pushed me out of this forest. That was his partial success, and it seems like things are not looking good for me in Gulf area in particular. This is dangerous because, as I said, you should have at least partial control, both in Gulf, both of Gulf and Bravo. If you lose at least partial control in Gulf or Bravo, it is bad. It spells bad things to come. It's just you should not allow that. Okay. You should reconquer those areas as soon as possible and send command units into them. So we keep fighting over this forest. We keep fighting over this city. I'm not really that successful. It is because I am sending regular riflemen most of the time, and my opponent, he is sending shock troops, very cheap shock troops called plethora, but they are really good against infantry. Okay, as you can see, their their anti-tank weapon is really bad. It is really bad. But they are very efficient against infantry units, since they are really cheap. Okay, so he will push forward with these cheap shock troops, 15 pointers, very annoying. I realize that I have to do something, but he stops, and this is pretty big mistake. He stops here. He could have had total control over this zone, but he was too cautious, and he simply stops, and he defends this his part of this forest, this cliff in particular, and he takes control of he takes full control of Alpha. Again, partial success. But again, this is not some kind of disaster to me. As I have said before, two zones which will be crucial are Golf and Bravo. Unfortunately, at this point of time, his presence is bigger in those zones. But look at it! Look at it! I have bought M1A2 Abrams. Here we go, motherfuckers! This is the best tank in the game, the strongest tank in the game, and I think he is afraid of him. Because immediately he bought Super Galeb, which is very strong anti-tank plane for, I don't know, 120 points, something like that, maybe 130. And he was trying to kill it, but he was unsuccessful. I have hidden in this forest, and I will be planning to regain control over Foxtrot and Golf, hopefully successfully. We will see if I am successful or not. Uh, I do not have enough infantry units in this forest. Fortunately, he doesn't either. He's got some recon unit here and no infantry at all. Not even in this city, not even in this town. Which is pretty big mistake in my opinion. I think if you are starting at the Delta Zone, right here, at the top, if you are starting on this side of the map, you should always, under all circumstances, have full control over this town, over this city. And again, oh my gosh, he actually hits me with one of the Galeb missiles and it immediately takes me 6 hit points. Immediately I buy repair vehicle and another tank with which I will be killing cheaper units or tanks like this M84. Maxus is one of the best tanks in the game in my opinion, I mean cost-wise, in terms of cost efficiency. So yeah, it is not bad decision. I bought the M1A2 Abrams. Well, the idea of buying M1A2 Abrams was actually to scare him a little bit, to force him to make some expensive investments, if possible. And he did. He actually did make expensive investments. He bought Super Galab, and he will probably have to buy some more expensive tanks. Unfortunately, I'm afraid. Is he playing mechanized deck? I don't think so. No, he's not. No, he is not, because he wouldn't be able to buy this Nievami M18. And he keeps spamming Super Galap. I'm pretty afraid of that plane, because it is the, I dare to say, it is the best anti-tank plane in the game. Maybe together with A10 Thunderbolt. It is very precise. Okay, it is very quick. It is very precise. The cost is good as well. So be careful if your enemy is attacking you with Super Galaps. You will have to invest something into anti-air. Okay, he keeps pushing this forest. He still has control over this forest, but I have pretty strong control over this forest, on the other hand. So, destiny or fate of Golf Zone has not been decided, in my opinion. Not yet. Oh yes, I successfully kill his Senka recon units with my Paladin. Paladin is one of my favorite units. I love howitzers. It takes time. It takes time before howitzers pay for themselves. It always takes time. But in my opinion, howitzers are one of the best units in the game. Jesus Christ, I hope he doesn't kill me. He is very cheesy. Yes, he tried to unveil my FOB. He probably thought I had FOB in my base. He even detected my command vehicle. Very dangerous. Should not happen. Guys, one of the biggest mistakes I made, always have some anti-air, some defensive units in your starting zone. Always, always. This Hera helicopter, it was nothing. You can be attacked with a great number of helicopters. On paddy field there is more than enough space for cheesy plays, both on the left flank and the right flank, so you have to be really careful, big time. More so if you have howitzers in your starting zone. Very dangerous. I was not very careful, and in my opinion I should have been punished much more for this mistake. If nothing else, buy a couple of manpads. Buy some, I don't know, some cheap tank, okay, or something. Uh, if nothing else, always have some defensive units in your starting zone. It is pretty big mistake, and you can lose the whole game. Very often you can lose the whole game just because you underestimated your opponent and you didn't buy any defensive units into your starting zone. It's Jesus Christ. As you can see, a retarded monkey, private monkey, tries to be corporal. Okay, we will see how that effort turns out. If it turns out well for him or not. Okay, I'm buying, guys. Always have, and this will be one of the most important lessons you will learn during this game. Always have enough command vehicles in your deck. Always, always. Six command units is not enough. You should have 7, 8 or 9 command vehicles in your deck. Because even if you are the best wargame player, you will probably be losing those command vehicles. Zones in a wargame are not really that big. There are only a few places in each zones where you can confidently hide your command vehicle, and yeah, enemy artillery is usually always very dangerous. Enemy helicopter strikes are dangerous too. So yeah, you should have more than 6 command vehicles in your deck. Just my 2 cents. That's one of the things I would like to teach you. And pro players or top tier players will definitely agree with me. Okay, what's going on in Bravo? Jesus Christ, I have lost control of Bravo. Well, I didn't actually. I have pretty good bunch of units in it, but I have no command vehicle in it. It's going to be pretty dangerous to move the command vehicle into it. But we will see. I have to move it. I have to move command vehicle to Bravo right now, in order to get some, in order to win the game. Because right now I'm losing, and I need to have higher income than my opponent, the Dragon Emperor. If I want to win this game. I am abusing this bomber a lot, and this is my favorite bomber, F-15D Eagle, the strongest bomber in the game in my opinion. 4 1-ton bombs, 4 tons of high explosives, very strong, very deadly, and good ECM, 40% electronic countermeasures. I actually prefer this bomber compared to Nighthawk. Nighthawk is very cheesy bomber. It can be very deadly. I'm not saying that Nighthawk is a bad bomber. Definitely not. I used to play it a lot. In one ranked game, I even accumulated 500 points of kills. I killed enemy units worth of 500 points in one game, but the problem of Nighthawk is that if your enemy has a pretty good network of anti-air units and manpads, Nighthawk will probably die very quickly, okay, because it has a 0% electronic countermeasures, and as soon as it is spotted, it is as good as dead. So you have to be really careful playing Nighthawk. You should probably support it with air superiority fighter, some seed plane possibly as well. Yeah, it's very fragile bomber. I prefer F-15D Eagle, and you will see why in a few minutes. My opponent, the Dragon Emperor, has decided to buy tank command vehicle. Very good decision. He will send it into Foxtrot zone and he will try to take control of it. So yeah. I think I missed one important moment, one crucial important moment of this game. I may be wrong, maybe it is still too early. My opponent, the Dragon Emperor, actually had command tank in this zone in Golf, but I killed it. With my expensive M1A2 Abrams tank, which shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. He can always send another, but well, you will see why he lost this game. You will see it very soon, in my opinion. I will speed it up a little bit. Let's not waste any time. Nothing fancy going on. Both sides are rather cautious. They are playing defensively. But of course, Scarab will be forced to play offensively if he wants to have at least any chances to win the game. Okay, so as you can see, Dragon Emperor has successfully moved his command vehicle tank into Foxtrot, and this is pretty big problem for me, because I would like to secure my victory with a bigger difference than only 20 points. This is very dangerous. You should always go for bigger difference. Otherwise, it can be draw. Yeah, and I successfully moved my command vehicle. Well, it is not as strong. This is a Humvee command vehicle into Bravo. Okay, so the situation actually, even though I am tiny, stupid private, the situation looks good for me. I'm kind of nervous because I lost control over this forest. I really do not know what to do about it. I would have to attack with this Abrams, but I'm too afraid to do so because I have not killed my enemy's Super Galeb. And again, my anti-air network was really terrible in this game. This is one of my pretty big strategic mistakes. I have to avoid in future. I should improve this. Very good anti-air network is really one of the most important things in Wargame. You should not allow your opponent to harass you with his planes. It can be really dangerous. Sometimes it is not, but usually it is dangerous. And yeah, it is. You should not be so careless like me. Okay, it's just it is not so difficult actually. It is not so difficult. It is not so expensive to create and build proper anti-air network. No, if you have good anti-air units in your deck, it will be easy. You will buy one or two anti-plane ground units, like, I don't know, Hawk Pip or Patriot or British track trapiers or Nevas, Yugoslavian Nevas or something, or Soviet books, whatever, and you will buy a couple of manpads, or you will buy some cheaper anti-helicopter units, and you simply have to spread them along the front line, and you should be okay. And of course, there is one particular skill involved, If you have only radar, anti-air units in your deck, you will have to learn how to micromanage them. You will have to learn how to turn off and turn on those radar anti-air units, because otherwise they will be very susceptible and they will probably die to your enemy's seed planes, which happens quite a lot. It happens often. Okay, as you can see, I bought the second M1A2 Abrams, and I think that now my opponent is really nervous. For some reason he has not bought any Vihor tank. He still keeps spamming the battlefield with M84s. I'm sorry, that is not enough. You will have to buy some Vihor tanks. In my opinion, Vihor tanks are the best in the game. Maybe the second best after M1A2, but still they are very quick. They are very fast. Their rate of fire is deadly. Oh my gosh! Yes. This was very stupid moment from me. My mouse, my gaming mouse was having problems, having issues, and sometimes when I clicked on a unit, it was actually double click. And if you double click a unit, it will select all the units of the same type. So I tried to move this tank here in this forest, but accidentally I double clicked this unit. And when I pressed movement command, this tank, this other tank, M1A2 Abrams, he left the forest. It revealed itself, and it was immediately killed by enemy's super gallop. I was so pissed off. Jesus Christ, I was so depressed. But whatever. Still, it was looking fine. It was looking fine. I killed his command tank with my F-15D Eagle bomber. It was dirty business. And the biggest strategic mistake of my opponent was he actually had only 6 command vehicles in his deck. He had 3 infantry command units, Velitelský štáb, that's how you pronounce this unit, and he had 3 command tanks, right? So and that was it. He had only 6 command units in his deck, and he lost 2 of them, and that was GG for him. He had to... he was pretty much forced to make big and strong offensive against my defensive lines, and he paid dearly for that. This is, guys, this is always a mistake, okay? Always have more than 6 command units in your deck, always. If there is one lesson this game should teach you, it is always having more than 6 command units in your deck, always. And I guarantee you that the best wargame players out there, they will support this statement. They always have more than 6 command units in their decks. Okay. So this is big push from Dragon Emperor. He's trying to break my front line, my defensive line, but he will not be successful. I have more units than him. He's simply sacrificing these expensive shock troops, and yeah. They will all be killed. I have, since my units, since my troops are hiding in the forest, they have 40% damage reduction, they have advantage, and they will easily kill the remaining infantry of Dragon Emperor. Okay. Pretty big battle taking place. My Thunderbolt will probably die. Yes, he did. But I didn't lose my command vehicle. Even if I did, I would immediately buy a new one. Okay, I have 9 command vehicles in my deck, 6 Humvees, and 3 command tanks. Abrams tanks. Where is one? I will show you. It costs 160 points. Okay, it is. I love these units. I actually love these Abrams command tanks. I love them. As you can see, TH495. Well, not many players have this unit in their decks, but actually I discovered this is actually pretty good support unit. It is actually pretty strong. I'm not using it all the time. Sure, it costs me 1 card of infantry slot, one infantry slot, but man, the rate of fire is immense. It is a really good unit, and in the end I win. My opponent gives up because he doesn't have any command vehicles which he could send into Golf and Foxtrot zones, and he loses on income, of course. The difference is not that big. He was even more successful than me, as you can see. He killed more units than I did. 200 points difference. Exactly 200 points. But it is not enough, guys. It is not enough, guys. You always have to make good strategic decisions. And not having more than 6 command vehicles in your deck, that is pretty bad strategic decision, in my opinion. Okay, so but again, this was a rather personal video of mine. From time to time, Eugen updates their game, and some older replays cannot be replayed anymore, so I wanted to upload. I wanted to save this replay somehow for future generations, and so I decided it. It would be a good idea to upload it on YouTube, so I can come back to it in future. It's just a good memory. This was exactly the game that secured my corporal rank, and actually I'm not very what's the correct word? Jesus Christ. I have no. I'm not ambitious. Okay. Yes. I'm not really that ambitious. I'm not trying to be field marshal. Just my goal. My goal was reaching corporal rank. I think I have capabilities to reach sergeant rank as well. It is just a couple of games to win, more to win, and yeah, I will probably try very soon to reach sergeant rank. Maybe I might be successful, I might not be successful. Maybe I will lose even this corporal rank. I used to have it before. I have actually thousands of hours played in Wargame, but I was never playing ranked games, only for a short period of time usually, and I used to have corporal rank, but it was earned by cheesy plays. I was doing my favorite tactics was rushing with tanks, so it was rather toxic tactics, and I was not happy about it. Okay, so when I lost the rank, of course, you cannot keep it with cheesy tactics like that. A couple of years later, I tried again. Recently, and I actually managed, after many games, played on the ranked ladder, I actually succeeded and reached corporal rank. Jesus Christ, this is such a difficult word to pronounce. God damn it! But again, I think if you really try, you can reach this rank on the ranked ladder as well. It is not. I'm not saying it is easy, okay, but it is definitely possible. And once you focus on playing ranked games, you will quickly know what to do in ranked games, and pretty much it will be impossible for you to not to reach this rank in particular. Okay, guys, I've been talking for too long. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will be fine, and of course we will see each other in one of my next videos in future. Thank you very much, take care, and bye bye.